So you don't just like take up space. And now see, you can slide forward. Why don't you go all the way up? Are you song? Okay, go all the way up, song. Okay, you can give her a block. So good morning, everybody. Let's all come onto the hands and knees. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Tuck the toes under. Push the seat back to the heels. Come into a child's seat. And allow your forehead to rest on the ground. And let your arms reach forward. So this whole month we've been focusing on chakras. And chakras are a very interesting concept in the subtle body of yoga. The subtle body is not your gross body. Your gross body is skin and bones and tissue and organs. And today I've been having a little bit of a dilemma because in modern yoga, Western yoga especially, we've gotten to where we want people to know more about bones and joints and muscles and internal organs than they know about the subtle body. And in reality, yoga has always been historically about this idea of the subtle body. How can I move energy from the lower regions of the spine and the pelvis up to this higher region, the crown of the head, to achieve what's called self-realization? Some people will call it. Some people will call it God realization. Some people will call it enlightenment. But it's a whole, when you deal with the subtle body, you want to see the subtle body as like a rocket ship, right? This great rocket ship is going to blast you up into the cosmos. But you have to have the whole rocket ship working, every bit of it. You can't just take the fuselage out of the rocket ship and expect to get to the cosmos. It's interesting to just look at the fuselage and understand the fuselage, but in reality, that's just a part. So when we're talking about chakras, that's like looking at the fuselage. But what we want to do here is when we talk to you about things like Mula Bandha or other locks and pranayama, these are putting the whole rocket ship together so that you can send that energy upward. You can't just take one component out and expect it to work. It's got to all work together. Reach your arms forward, press into your index knuckles, lift your knees off the floor, extend your legs, come into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, inhale through your nose, open up your mouth, stick out your tongue, and go, ah, like a snake hissing. Then inhale through your nose again, open up your mouth, stick out your tongue, go, ah, like a snake hissing. Now this time, inhale through your nose and make that hissing sound at the back of your throat. And then exhale through your nose, make that hissing sound at the back of your throat. And let's set a metronome for your breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to keep that up the whole practice today. Inhale. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha. Lift up at the pelvic floor. So what does that mean? For ladies, you're lifting up at the vaginal walls. For gentlemen, you're lifting up at the perineum. It's engaging the core, but the core is like an apple. It runs from in between your feet all the way through the crown of your head all the way to infinity. So it's not like I'm a trainer at a gym and telling you to engage the muscles around the torso. It's more than that. It's sending this energy upward. If you don't want assist today, or you don't want any lotions, just raise a leg and down dog split now, and we won't touch you. Thank you. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat back onto the heels, and then lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Good. Let's do that one again. Now on your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, sliding forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, seat back onto the heels, and then lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, this time come forward to a plank. Exhale, bend your elbows straight back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good, do that again. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. Exhale, soften your knees slowly. Walk your feet towards your hands. Keep your feet about hips width distance apart. Keep your hands about 6 or 8 inches in front of your feet. So your feet are going to come apart. We're not going to have the feet touching right yet. And if you're on your fingertips, you're going to put your hands on blocks. So you want to be grounded down as much in your hands as your feet. Asana means seat. So that's a connection to the earth. And when your hands are on the ground, you should think of your seat as being part of your full palm, not just your fingertips. Imagine if you were with your lover and your lover kept putting their fingertips on you like that, kind of slightly pushing you away. Would you think that was very loving, or would you think that was very connected, or would you think that was very idyllic sense of touch? So think about that when you're practicing asana. In reality, your first chakra, the Muladhara chakra, is the connection to the earth. It's that ability to be able to connect to the earth element. So being willing to push your hands and touch the earth tactile with your hands is as important as putting your feet on the earth. It's that willingness to make a connection. That's a beautiful thing. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Then soften the knees. Heel toe your feet out as wide as your mat. And then come down to a squat, yogi squat. And this is different from malasana. You're a little wider than malasana. A lot of times I've heard this called malasana. It's not malasana. And then bring your hands together in prayer and press out a little bit with your forearms and lift up a little bit at your sternum. So imagine that here again, you're squatting up, because we're just kind of in the beginning of this and we're moving the energy up. So you're not going down. Don't worry about going down. If you have to, set on a couple of blocks. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Now push me away. Exhale, 4 from here. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Then just gently place your hands on the floor. Come sit down. Extend your legs out in front of you. On your inhale, bend both your knees. Place your feet flat on the floor. Feet together, knees together. So wrap your left forearm around your shins. Hold onto your shins with your left forearm. Then bring your right hand behind your right hip. Look over your right shoulder. TP twist. And notice if the first thing you do is you throw your arm in front of your shins, right? Because what's happening then is you're twisting from your hip and not your spine. Notice the difference. When you put your arm over there, you were twisting from your hip. Now you're twisting from your spine. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Then inhale, come back to center. Wrap your right arm around the shins. And then twist over to the left. And here again, think about twisting from the middle of your spine, not your hips. Keep your sit bones plugged in. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Keep that breathing going. Exhale, 4. That's like the fuel of your rocket. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, come back to center. Exhale, extend both your legs out in front of you. Inhale, bend both your knees. Put your heels where your knees were. Your feet are going to be hips width distance apart. Bring your hands behind you 6 to 8 inches with your fingers pointing toward the windows. Bring your chin into your chest. On your inhale, lift your hips up into tabletop. Exhale, let your head go back. See if you can align cranial with sacral. So it may mean you have to pinch a little bit more at the bottom of your glute muscle and lift your hips up a little higher. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, gently come down. And let's come sit on a block or a blanket for a few moments. You can come sit in Virasana or lotus if lotus or half lotus is in your practice. So when a lot of times when I'll say come into Sukhasana, whatever's easy for you. I'm not going to make that judgment. And how does everybody feel after your little warm-up? Just a little warm-up. Good. Echo and I are going to teach today. Echo, you should come closer to me so when we hand this mic off, I don't have to reach all the way out. So we're going to chant Loka Samasta Sukhi No Bhavantu first. If you know it, sing along. If you don't, listen. That's okay. Inhale. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some small way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. So we're also going to chant today the Bija mantras for the chakras. There's 7 major chakras. Some text says there's 114, but there's 7 major ones running up and down your spine all the way to the top of your head. And when we told you to engage Mula Bandha, that was waking up the Muladhara chakra. The color is red. It deals with your family, your parents, your home, your ability to make a living, and its element is earth, and it's right at the base of your spine at the pelvis. And the bija mantra for it is LAM, L-A-M. So I'm going to sing the melody for this. I'll do it all the way through. So I sing 4 choruses. Then we'll do it together, but then after that, we'll do all of them together because it's the same melody, okay? So the melody is Lam 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 la la 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 lam lam. Your turn. Lam 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 la la 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 lam lam. Moving up from the Muladhara chakra is the Swadhisthana chakra. It's about 2 fingers below your belly button on your spine. Its color is orange, and it deals with sexual, intimate relationships or creative partnerships. So it could be artistic too, but it's relationships that create new things. Its element is water, and its mantra is Vam, V-A-M, so chant Vam. Vam 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 va va 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 vam vam. Moving up from there to the solar plex. Solar plex is where I asked you to twist from the middle of your spine. It's a couple of inches below your sternum notch. And the color here at the Manipura chakra is yellow. It deals with your ego, the image that you project to the world. Your sense of power from that image you project into the world, the power over others. So this is fire element. It deals with digestion. And the bija mantra for this chakra is Ram, R-A-M. So let's chant Ram. Ram 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 Ra Ra 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 Ram Ram. Moving up from there to the center of your chest is the Anahata chakra. The color is green. It relates to unconditional love, meaning that you don't expect anything in return for loving someone or some being. And it also deals with our ability to offer compassion to others. And the element here is air. Its bija mantra is Yam, Y-A-M, chant Yam. Yam, 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 yam. Yam, 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 yam. Ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam. Ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam, ya, ya, yam, yam. Moving up from the center of your heart center, the spiritual center of your body, you're going to move right underneath the throat, and there is the Vishuddha chakra. And once the heart is open, unconditional love and compassion, you're on a spiritual journey. The Vishuddha chakra allows us to ask, who am I? Am I the body? Am I the mind? And so by asking the question, who am I, you become the seeker of truth, the seeker of eternal wisdom. And the element here is ether, so it's like gas. It's lighter than air. Its color is like the color of the ocean in the Caribbean blue. And the mantra is Hum, H-A-M. So let's chant Hum. Hum, 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 hum. hum, 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 ha ha 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 hum, hum. So moving up from there, in between your eyebrows is the Anjane chakra, and this is considered command central because the three channels of the body, the Ida, the Pingala, and the Sushumna Nadi, all meet here like at Grand Central Station and become one. And this is the third eye. Its color is indigo. Its element is acacia, which is even lighter than ether. And here is where the seeker becomes the seer once the third eye is open. I start to see the truth. I start to see cosmic wisdom. I'm beyond the body, I'm beyond the mind, I'm connecting to the cosmos. Like I said, your body's like a rocket ship. You're trying to get yourself to outer space. So here, the bija mantra for this chakra is Om, A-U-M. So everybody chant Om. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Oh, oh, Om, 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 Om. So moving up from the third eye, once you have seen the truth, you start to understand who you are. There is a understanding of self-realization, of enlightenment, or the oneness of being, Aikyam, and it's even called God realization. That you and infinity are one and the same. That the soul is no different than God. And at this state, it's at the top of the head. It's called the Sahasrara chakra. Some say it's purple, others say it's just brilliant, iridescent white light. All these colors of the chakras coming together. And that light is just shooting out of the top of the head, like your aura. That's the aura that people see. Here again, the element here is acacia. It's lighter than air, it's lighter than gas. And it's one long Om, and some say it's one silent Om, but we're going to chant one long Om. So inhale deeply. Om. Now, by chanting these bija mantras, bija means seed. We've put a little seed in each one of these. But like I said, a rocket ship is more complicated than you think. You can't just take the fuselage out and say, oh, I'm going to get to outer space just on this fuselage. In between these chakras are three knots called granthis. Between Muladhara chakra and Swadhisthana chakra is a big knot in Sushumna Nadi called Brahma Granthi. And it's actually Mula Bandha, lifting up at the pelvic floor, that undoes that knot. That's why you practice Mula Bandha. Then between Manipura chakra and the Anahata chakra is a knot called Vishnu Granthi. So it's hard to get the energy up from the ego into the heart, and you got to break that knot with what's called Uddiyana Bandha, where you pull your belly button up toward your heart and you pull your upper abdomen up into your rib cage. Causes you to set up taller. Then there's a third knot called Rudra Granthi, and that knot is in between the base of the throat and the third eye. And Jaradanda Bandha, where you lift your chest up and you bring your chin in your chest and you connect and squeeze that. that is what energy is said to unlock that knot, so that the energy can move up to the third eye. Now, when you put Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Jaradanda Bandha together, you have what's called the Maha Bandha, the great lock. And it's the great lock that you're going to experience throughout the class today. We're going to teach this throughout the class today. So the thing that perpetuates this energy, like I said, is the breath, and breath awareness and bandha awareness. So from here, sit up tall, close your eyes for a second, and just allow yourself to feel that resonation of those vibrations in your body. The echo is going to teach us how to unlock these knots.
Find a comfortable seat. Close your eyes. Inhale. Okay. Inhale deeply, fill up. Exhale completely, everything out. Inhale to a comfortable level and start to make short exhale with my claps. Your abdomen is pumping. Exhale dominate. Inhale happen passively. Face softer, shoulder softer. You are giving more than you receive. You are leaving energy upward to higher consciousness as you build heat in your body. And start to slowly down. One final exhale. And don't breathe in at here. Lift Mula Bandha, engage Mula Bandha, lift the pubic floor. Engage Jalandhara Bandha, navel in and lift the navel to the chest. Engage Jalandhara Bandha, chest up and tuck your chin to your chest. Create Maha Bandha here and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the chin, deep breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in to a comfortable level. And start to make short exhale here. Again, with my claps. Abdominal is pumping. Exhale dominant. Inhale happen passively. You are giving more than you receive. You are lifting your energy upward to higher consciousness as you build heat in your body. And start to slow down. Last one, exhale. And don't breathe in. At here, engage Mula Bandha, lift the pubic floor up. Engage Uddiyana Bandha, navel in and lift up to your chest. Engage Jalandhara Bandha, chest up and tuck your chin to your chest. Close. And create Maha Bandha here. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the chin, deep breathing. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out, exhale. And gently open your eyes.
Start to reconnect to your Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha. If you lost it, keep it lifted now through the whole practice. Come stand up at the top of your yoga mat in Tadasana mountain seat. Now, here's one of the things that gets taught in our school. Big toes and heels come together. Why? Oh my goodness. Since we're talking about subtle body. Subtle body. Right side of your body is sun energy. Left side of the body is moon energy. Hatha yoga means to bring the sun and the moon together, the right and the left side together, the Ida and the Pingala together, so that energy is moving through Sushumna Nadi, the central channel. So anytime you can bring the right and the left side together, this is very auspicious. So feet, since it deals with the Muladhara chakra, bringing your feet together into Dasana brings the right and the left together at the base, at the grounding. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra in front of the heart brings that same togethered, unified energy in front of your chest at the heart center. Take a moment, set a higher intention for your practice today, allowing the practice to uplift your energy, to take your energy to higher realms of spirituality and enlightenment. And then exhale, hands by the side to Dasana, mountain seat. With straight legs, inhale, hook the thumbs in front of you, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, sweep the arms behind the back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten the arms and legs. Inhale, bend the knees, place hands down next to feet, step the right foot back into a lunge and look forward. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Inhale, come forward to a plank, look forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat onto the heels, lift the knees up, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lightly step the right foot forward in between the hands. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale, left foot next to the right and fold. Make sure Mula Bandha is engaged. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, step left foot back, looking forward. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat onto the heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs and arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana, mountain seat. Come stand here, this is going to help. On your inhale, hook thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, take the arms behind the back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, hands down next to feet, step the right foot back into a lunge again. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift hips. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat back onto the heels, lifting the knees up, downward dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward between your hands and blocks, whichever one. Exhale, left foot meets right and fold over your legs. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend the knees, hands down next to feet, left foot steps back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat onto the heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the left foot forward between hands and blocks. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair seat. Exhale, put the hands on the earth, then extend the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump, walk back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, warrior one, one breath. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the floor, step back, chaturanga. Use your blocks if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's just do that again. Inhale, right foot forward. Left heel down, rise up, warrior one. Stay with the rhythm. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Right heel down, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the earth, step back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stay. So all standing asanas deal with the Muladhara chakra, our grounding, our earth connection. Listen, this is so important because as you go into spirituality, you never want to become flighty. You never want to become ungrounded. So this allows you to stay grounded. Bend the knees, look forward. On your inhale, step or jump your feet in between your hands. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair. Exhale, come stand up to Dasana, mountain seat. Bring those feet together because you're not in ballet class. Big toes touch too. There you go. On your inhale, bend your knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair seat. Exhale, bring your hands together in prayer, twist over to the right, left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Now sit a little lower in your seat. As you sit lower in your seat, put your left hand on the floor or a block outside your right foot. Now the key here is you want to get your left arm far enough back that your left arm isn't going to pop out in front of your right knee. You want to keep it behind the right knee. All right? Shift weight into your right foot, step your left foot back into a long lunge. Push through your left heel, don't bend your left knee. Now extend your right arm toward the windows and look into your right palm. And here again, you're twisting. If your left arm is in front of your right leg, you're not in a twist. You got to keep your left arm on the outside of that leg. Inhale. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. So Roseanne, go over there. Put that arm over here. Exhale, three. Bring the hand back further. Exhale, four. There. Inhale. Exhale, five. On your inhale, lightly step your left foot forward next to your right. Exhale, remain in a twist position, hands in prayer. Inhale, come back to center, Utkatasana. Exhale, come stand up to Dasana. So yeah, it's a twist, but you got to balance. That's a hard one. On your inhale, bend your knees, Utkatasana, awkward chair. Then exhale, bring your hands together in prayer, twist over to the left. You're going to get your right arm on the outside of your left thigh. The key is keeping your right arm on the outside of your left thigh. Sit lower in your seat and place your right hand on a block outside your left foot. Move your right hand back toward the mirrors to make sure that your arm stays on the outside of your leg. Shift your weight into your left foot. Step your right foot back into a long lunge. Remember, you're breathing. And then inhale, extend your left arm toward the windows. Look into your left palm. Mula Bandha's engaged. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, five. On your inhale, lightly step your right foot against your left. Then exhale, remain in a twist position. Bring your hands together in prayer. Inhale, come back to center, Utkatasana, awkward chair seat. Exhale, come stand up, Tadasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in undulating mudra. Extend your arms, Urdhva Hasana. Exhale, fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump, walk back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Whatever you choose. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step the right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, warrior one. One breath. Exhale, open arms and hips, warrior two. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, reach forward toward the windows. Place your right hand on your right shin and lift your left arm up. Continue to breathe even if I'm not inhaling and exhaling. You're going to continue your Ujjayi pranayama at the rhythm that I set. So one of the things that's important to realize when it comes to any standing asana that you're reaching down and up at the same time, the goal is not to touch the floor. Downward energy will always bring you down. It's upward energy. And I can always tell if you lose Mula Bandha. So watch. On your inhale, extend your left arm toward the windows alongside your ear. Exhale here. Inhale, extend your right arm alongside your right ear. Notice if you had to lift your shoulders or engage your core to do that. You lost Mula Bandha to do that. So don't lose Mula Bandha just to get your hand on the ground. On your inhale, lift all the way up with your arms alongside your ears. Exhale, lower your arms parallel to the floor. Inhale, reverse the triangle, take the left hand down the left thigh. Then exhale, bend your right knee, reversed warrior, and stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. So extend through here. Exhale, 2. Good. And then, as you're doing this, don't stick your pelvis out. So pull your hips in and move your knee that way. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now inhale, extend your right leg, 1 breath, reverse triangle. Exhale, rebend your right knee, place your right hand down outside your right foot. And then inhale, extend your left arm alongside your left ear toward the windows and look into your left palm. So here, extended angle A. Move your right knee into your right arm. So if your right knee is going to the left, it means you're sticking your booty out, is what's happening. Inhale. Exhale, 1. So this goes this way, this goes this way. Exhale, 2. Inhale. You're going to look right here. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, gently place your left hand down. Now come onto the ball of your left foot. Lift your left heel up. Extend your right leg. Bump your back foot forward until your back heel's flat on the ground. You don't want to be on a tightrope for this. So if you're heel to heel now, you're now hips width distance apart. And your back foot comes forward until your back heel is on the ground and your right leg is straight. If you're bending your right knee and you're on your fingertips, you're going to put your hands on blocks. Why? Because it's about connecting to the earth, right? And grounding down. Lift the head and chest, look up at the windows, pull your right hip back, press into your right big toe, and then exhale, fold forward. As you fold forward over your extended right leg, you can walk your hands back toward the mirrors. Bend your elbows a little bit. Push through the back of your left leg. Your left leg is doing something. It's not just hanging out sleeping. Right? There's energy moving up the front of your right leg and out the back of your left leg. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good on your inhale. Lift your head and chest. Now exhale, bend your right knee. Press your palms into the floor next to your right foot. Shift weight into your right foot. On your inhale, lift your left foot off the floor, straightening your right leg. Yeah. Now exhale, fold forward and press your palms down. The more you press down into the earth and connect into the earth, the higher you will lift. On your inhale, lift your left leg as high as you can. Exhale, 1. Inhale, let the back of the neck be long and heavy. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, lift your head and chest up. Exhale, bend your right knee and drop your left hip. Lower your left foot a little bit. Inhale, step your left foot back into a long lunge where it came from. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Bring the big toes and heels to touch. Keep your hands where they are. No need to move your hands. Exhale onto the right hand, the outside of the right foot. Stack your feet, lift your left arm up, side plank or Vaishishthasana. Inhale. Stack your feet on top of each other. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Good. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, gently come out to a plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Good for you. On the inhale, step the left foot forward. Right heel down. Rise up Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, open arms and hips, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, extend your left leg. Now exhale, reach forward toward the windows. Place your left hand on your left shin and raise your right arm up. And here again, think about what energetic you need for this asana. Is it about reaching for your ankle, or is it about reaching the ceiling? On your inhale, bring your right arm alongside your right ear. Exhale here. Inhale, bring your left arm alongside your left ear. Notice if you lift it up, you let go of Mula Bandha. On your inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Then exhale, lower your arms halfway, parallel to the earth. Inhale, reverse the triangle. Then exhale, bend your left knee where you're to and stay. Now notice if you're shifting your feet around. Feet weren't supposed to shift around. Feet were going to stay exactly where they were. Now bend this knee. Good. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. So grounding down is about the feet not moving in a vinyasa. Exhale 2. Inhale. Inward rotation of back leg. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On your inhale, extend your left leg 1 breath, reverse triangle. Yeah, notice if you're coming out of it. Then exhale, rebend your left knee, place your left hand outside your left foot on the block. And inhale, extend your right arm alongside your right ear, extended angle. Now, in extended angle, the knee is supposed to bend deep enough that the thigh is parallel to the floor. The knee is touching the left arm. The chest is opening to the right. Press down in your heel. Don't lift it. Ground down. The chest is moving forward, not back in a back bend. There is a twist happening, but it's not a back bend. Extend through your right arm instead of bend your right elbow. Straighten your right elbow. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On your inhale, gently place your right hand down. Now come onto the ball of your right foot. Lift your right heel up. Move your right foot forward about halfway. Here again, you're not on a tightrope. You're not bending your left knee to get there, and you're not on your fingertips. You're grounded. On your inhale, lift your head and chest, pull your left hip back, and then exhale, fold forward over your left leg. Walk your hands back. Now, as you fold forward, push through the back of your right thigh. That's what actually energizes you to go into a deep forward fold. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Use your blocks. Inhale. Straighten your left leg. Exhale 5. Good. On your inhale, lift your head and chest up. Exhale, bend your left knee. Put more weight into your left foot and your hands. On your inhale, lift your right foot off the floor, extending your left leg. Exhale, fold forward. Let the back of your head be long and heavy. You're not trying to control the world by lifting the head up. Inhale. Exhale 1. I got news for you. You'll never control it. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. On your inhale, lift your head and chest. Exhale, soften your left knee. Drop your right hip. Inhale, step your right foot back into a long lunge where it came from. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Bring the feet together. Exhale onto the left hand, the outside of the left foot. Stack your feet. Remember, hatha, bringing sun and moon together, right and left together. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, gently come out to a plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Moving into the Swadhisthana chakra. On the inhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Then exhale, drop down to your left knee and move your left knee back. Now you can come onto the top of your left foot. You're going to come and sit on your left heel with your heel right at your perineum, meaning that space in between the anus and the genitals. Your heel is massaging the Manipura chakra. I'm sorry, the Muladhara chakra, the root chakra. Inhale, lift the head and chest, and exhale, fold forward. If you need to, use a belt. That's why I told you to get a belt. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale, good. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. On your inhale, lift your head and chest up. Walk your hands back. Now this is so easy. You're going to come out of it the way you came into it. Start to lift your hips up. Bend your right knee. Put your right foot on the floor. Then lift your left knee up. Come back to a lunge. Come back to a lunge. Your hands are on the ground. You're not lifting your hands off the ground. So now your left knee's off the ground. You're giving your left knee a break. Then step your right foot back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Now exhale, drop down to your right knee. Then come onto the top of your right foot. Move your right foot over to the left just a little. Then come sit on your left heel with your left heel at your perineum, at the Manipura chakra. This is a variation of Janu Shirshasana. Then lift your head and chest, pull your left toes back, and exhale, fold forward. So here we're talking, this is sexual energy, this is creative energy, this is partnerships, romance. So forward folds, hip openers all deal with this. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good on you. Inhale. Lift your head and chest up. Now lift your hips. Bend your left knee. Put your left foot flat. You're coming out of it rough. I wouldn't do it that way. Then as you lift your hips up, lift your right knee off the floor. Come into a lunge. Give your right knee a break. Good. And then step your left foot back, downward facing dog. All right. Now this one is a really terrific hip opener, but we don't do it a lot. Step your right foot inside your right hand by your right thumb. Right foot, right hand. Then step your left foot inside your left hand next to your thumb. Okay, so your feet are going to kind of come together. Now that your feet are together, now what I want you to do is turn your feet out like position 1 in a ballet. So heels come together and toes point out. Now they don't have to touch. In fact, I would advise you not to bring your heels together, but point them out. For those people who have just been dying to point your toes out, point them out now. Then come down to a squat. And as you come to a squat, reach your arms forward. This is Malasana. Okay, Malasana is different from that yogi squat. Now, if you find that your heels are lifting up here, come sit on a block. And you can bring that block up to whatever setting you need to. Start to reach your arms forward in a forward fold. You'll feel the hip opener happening. Now, start to roll your shoulders down and start to reach your arms back toward the mirrors. Kind of going, your top of your hands are on the ground now. Now, you can stay here like this, or you can fold a little deeper and see if you can interlace your hands behind your sacrum, coming into a bind. Okay, some of you may be able to come into a bind. Some of you might be able to come into a bind with a little prop, like belt or towel, and your forehead's kind of going down toward the ground. Now this is a malasana. This is your like sea creature forward fold. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. Now release your bind. Lift your head and chest. And then bring your hands forward. Put your hands on the floor. Now if you're sitting on a block, you're going to move the block out from underneath your seat. Then everybody just come sit down on the floor. And keep your knees out to the side. Let your feet come together in a prayer position. So feet are going to come together. Pull your heels back towards you. Use your thumbs. Open up the soles of your feet like a book. Lift your head and chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Cobbler seat. Use your elbows to push the hips outward, opening up the hips. So that's how you're going to open up the hip flexors. Your shoulder muscles are actually giving a little work here. And this here is like the big hip opener. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Good. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Good. On your inhale, lift your head and chest up as you lift your knees up. And exhale, extend your legs straight out in front of you. Good for you. Flex your feet, lift your head and chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Hold on to your feet. Use a belt if you can't reach your feet. That's perfectly fine. Or if you're like your feet are rolling back and forth. So the idea of tapping into a healthier, intimate energy is one, letting go of habitual habits that are formed when we talk about intimacy. I used to always chase the wrong guy. Let me tell you, I would always like pick the worst, the guys who were like narcissistic. And I had to and yoga taught me really like, you're not looking for unhealthy relationships, no matter how exciting they may be and how physically attracted you are to something. You need to be not so superficial and look a little deeper, right? And that's a healthy Manipura chakra. So you're going to put that belt right here at the ball of the foot. So not here. That's not doing any good at the arch. You got to put it right there behind your toes. Then on the inhale, lift the head and chest. Now, place your hands by your hips. Point your toes like a ballet dancer. Take your hands behind you about 6 to 8 inches. Bring your chin into your chest, and on your inhale, lift your hips up and let your head go back. Now, practice breath of fire here, making equal inhales and exhales through the nose, but super fast, like a puppy dog sniffing. And this is helping move that energy up toward, from the Swadhisthana chakra into the Manipura chakra. And then slowly slow that down and come all the way down. Good for you. On your inhale, bend your right knee into your chest. Place your right foot on the outside of your left knee. Flex your left foot or bend your left knee and bring your left heel to the outside of your right hip. I don't care which one you do. Lift your left arm up alongside your left ear and then twist over to the right. Bring your right hand behind you. Now here's a key when you twist. Make sure that you're not twisting from your right butt. In other words, if I'm lifting this up and I can slide my hand under here, I'm just twisting from the hip. I'm not twisting from the spine. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the elbow out, then you're going to twist, but you're going to put weight that way over into that hip and draw that hip crease down toward the floor. Does that feel different? It does, doesn't it? All of a sudden, it's not a hip twist. It's like a, no. I put it right where I wanted it. And then look back at the wall behind you. Good. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale 2. Deep breath. Inhale. Breathe into the back of your body. Exhale 3. Not shallow. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. On your inhale, come back to center. And then counter twist, but keep this hip down. Don't lift the left hip. Twist from your spine. Then inhale, come back to center and extend both your legs out in front of you. So twisting is dealing with your ego. It's also dealing with what you eat. A lot of ego goes into what you eat. A lot of power goes into what you eat. Think of all the beings that we kill every year just so you can have a hamburger. My advice, go to a vegan or vegetarian diet. Get rid of that stuff. You do not want that karma in your body. On your inhale, bend your left knee into your chest. Place your left foot on the outside of your right knee. You want to keep your rocket ship clean. If you want to, keep your right leg extended or bend your right knee. But here again, when you bend it, you're not sitting on the heel. The heel is not underneath your left butt. All right? So because that's not happening, that's not twisting, that's getting your hip to twist. Then lift your right arm up. Bring your right elbow on the outside. Put your left hand here, right here on the block. Then push that way and twist and look over all the way at the exit door. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Push this big toe down. Exhale 2. Good. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Breathe. Exhale 5. Good for you. Inhale. Come back to center. Exhale. Counter twist. Keep your right hip down. Twist from your spine, not your hip. Inhale. Come back to center. Exhale. Extend your legs out in front of you. Good for you. On your inhale, bend your knees. Cross your right ankle over your left. Now, put your hands slightly in front of your hips. Roll over your shin, step back to a plank. If you want to jump back, you can, but I'm making it easier for you. And then lower all the way down onto your abdomen. So, once you've dealt with these lower 3 chakras, right? The family and home, the sex, the food, power, and ego, we're moving now up into spiritual realms. We're moving into realms that are no longer earthbound. Compassion, unconditional love. Bring your forehead to the earth, squeeze your legs together, reach your arms back toward the wall behind you. On your inhale, lift your body off the ground. Locust, exhale 1. Inhale, feet together, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale, come down and relax. Back bending deals with the heart because you're opening up the front of your body. And this is not the kind of love where you're expecting something. This isn't like Valentine's Day love, because you get pissed off if you don't get the right Valentine's card. Or you didn't get the vegan. I expect the vegan chocolates now. Not the Russell Stover, and the vegan ones are expensive. So Bob knows better. I'd rather not have any chocolates on Valentine's Day than a cheap box of chocolates, right? I want the expensive vegan ones, the handmade ones. But it doesn't matter anymore if he doesn't get them, because I love him anyway. Bend your knees, reach back, grab your ankles. Pull your navel toward the spine. On your inhale, kick your feet into your hands and lift up. And that's really unconditional love, is when you really don't expect anything for those efforts that you made or those relationships you have. You're willing to give love for no reason at all other than you have love in your heart. And then gently come down, relax. That's unconditional love. It's rare that you experience unconditional love in your lifetime. Sometimes some people get confused and they say, oh, well, my mother has unconditional love for me. Forget her birthday. Forget to get a Christmas card for mama or Mother's Day. You'll find out how unconditional that really is. Rare that you have unconditional love in your life. Bend your knees, reach back, grab your ankles. On your inhale, kick your feet into your hands and lift up. And then gently come down, relax. So unconditional love is when you can deal with people that you don't like, that you don't agree with, that you may not want to even be around for very long, and you still can love them. Right? Somebody wrote something about a politician, and they said, you know, it's all this hate. We can't hate him because of all that he's done. And I said, I don't hate him. I love him as a child of God. But I know what he's done. But it's not about love or hate anymore. Bend your knees, reach back, grab your ankles another time. On your inhale, come back up for a third bow. Lift up and see if you can lift your chest a little higher this time. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, come down, relax, release. A little bit of the vinyasa. Bring your hands by the chest. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, come down onto your back and roll over onto your back. Bend your knees, tickle your heels or your fingertips. Your feet are going to be hips width distance apart and parallel. From here, you can either come into half bridge or directly into upward bow, since we did 3 Dhanurasanas. So half bridge, you're going to lift your hips up, hold onto your hands underneath your back or your yoga mat. Full upward bow, place your hands next to your head, your elbows toward the ceiling, fingers toward the shoulders. Press into your hands and lift your body off the floor, coming into a full back bend. Bending over backwards. Opening your heart to all beings. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bring your chin into your chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. And windshield wipe your knees back and forth. So when we really start to deal with compassion and unconditional love, like what I like is this idea of the Manipura chakra, the digestion is next, is right below compassion. And when we connect those two, we start seeing that even our diets should have like a sense of compassion. Vegetarian diets, vegan diets are much more compassionate than meat-eating diets. And we live in a meat-eating culture, and when you are faced with the uncompassionate actions of our culture in this country, you know, you can't be surprised when you look and see how we eat. There's a connection to our lack of compassion for animals, people, minorities, people who have no power. And like, you know, it's like a meat eater's paradise out there, right? Everything's about how many more pork chops can you get on your plate. Place your hands next to your head, elbows toward the ceiling. On your inhale, come back up. And nobody ever thinks that a pig has the intelligence of a 8-year-old. Doesn't an 8-year-old deserve compassion? Bring the chin into the chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. When we, start to see that all beings have feelings, this is what the Buddhists call sentient beings, all beings that have senses, that there should be compassion for all beings who have senses. Fish beings, bird beings, bug beings, human beings. When you're able to have compassion for all beings, then it's the loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. That plays into the chakra tuning then all of a sudden. Place your hands by your head. On your inhale, come back up again. So when we become compassionate, we start to understand that even the things that we put into our systems, if it is suffered, then that energetic is going to go into our system. Bring your chin into your chest and come down the upper, the middle, the lower back. So if you eat something that has suffered greatly while it was being killed and has died in fear, that fear is in its DNA and the cellular structure of that food. And you're going to put that in your body and it's going to become part of your body. Place your hands next to your head, elbows toward the ceiling. On your inhale, come back up again. 4th time. Yes, I know. 4th time. Come back up. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bring the chin into the chest and come down the upper, then the middle of the lower back. Good for you. Now bring your knees into your chest. Bring the knees over to the left. Extend the right arm out. Look over your right shoulder. Then bring your knees back to center. Switch sides, just decompressing. Bring the knees back to center. Give the knees a hug. Bring the forehead toward the knees. On your inhale, rock forward. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, roll back. On your inhale, rock forward. See if you can put your feet on the floor and stand up. Whoop. All the way up. There you go. You can do it. And turn around toward the windows. So we're going to practice that Mahabandha again before we come into inversion. So I want you to think about how you've opened up all this energy and setting right here. And Mahabandha is going to shoot it up into your third eye. So step your feet about hips width distance apart for this one. Now I'm going to demo this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inhale deeply through my nose. I'm going to open up my mouth. I'm going to stick out my tongue and go. As I exhale, I'm going to put my hands on my knees. I'm going to engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha around my back, bring my chest and my chin together, creating Mahabandha, and we're going to hold for 15 counts. Okay? So everybody stand up tall, inhale deeply. Open up your mouth, stick out your tongue. Bend your knees, put your hands on your knees. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jatadanda Bandha. Hold the exhale out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale deeply to stand up. Exhale everything out. Stick out your tongue. Put your hands on your knees. At the end of the exhale, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jatadanda Bandha, Maha Bandha. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale. Stand up. Exhale. Open up your tongue. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jatadanda Bandha, Maha Bandha. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Stand up, breathe in, and breathe out. Do you feel that rush of energy? Come and lay down on your back and let's set up for shoulder stand. Or legs up the wall if you're not coming into any inversions. So laying on your back, use blankets if you would like. Place your hands next to your hips, bring the legs overhead. Clasp the hands together in a fist. So you're coming into Halasana first. And what that does is it creates a natural Jatadanda Bandha. Your chest and your chin naturally touch here in shoulder stand. So, okay, ladies, come down. So here's a little problem. We got a little problem with the props here. Come set up and look at this. Set up and look at this. Move off your mat. So you're going to unfold it like this. Then you're going to put the blanket over it. Now it's as wide as your shoulders and it's not a big wad. Now put your head here and your shoulders here. Reason why we're doing that, now I'm not pressing into your neck. Notice how now there's no pressure here. Pressure's here. Okay, in the back of your skull. Back of skull's not going to hurt. So do that. Go all the way over. Go all the way over. Put your toes on the ground. Clasp your hands together in a fist. Here, fist. Fist, one fist. Hands together, fist. Extend your arms. Notice how now, move your hips, chest back a little bit. Notice how you're creating that Jatadanda Bandha. Then release your hands and put your hands on your back, elbows in. Then lift your legs up into the air. Yep. Don't throw them. Use your core. Open your eyes. It's not sleepy time yet. Sleepy time be later. I promised. Yeah, Benny, you're pushing your head in. You're curving your neck wrong. Here, come down and let her show you how to. So when we start to open up the center of compassion, then we start to question all of our past identification. And so shoulder stand is really opening up the chakra of you asking the question, who am I? Am I this body? Am I the mind? Am I the thoughts? Am I the feelings? Or am I something much deeper and more profound? You know, Sting had this song once, we are spirits living in the material world. In other words, you're spiritual, you're not material. Body, thoughts, mind, feelings, all that's material. You have a body, you have a mind. You actually cannot have a spiritual practice without a body and a mind. It's the choices that you make. It's just the choices that you make important in your life is whether you're going to be a spiritual being or a materialistic being. When you choose unconditional love, you choose compassion over me, myself, and I, the ego, over food, sensual pleasures, money. Then you are tapping into the Shakti of self-realization. Let the feet come overhead, clasp the hands together in a fist behind the back. Halasana again. Here again, don't let those feet drop like they're a weight. Mula Bandha's engaged even here. Breathe, inhale. Exhale 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5. Release your hands, come down 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way down to your hips are on the ground. Here again, roll down through your spine. Don't throw your hips around to get there. Then lift your torso up, unfold your mat, move your blanket off to the side. Lay down on your back, turn your palms to face upward, press into your elbows, puff up your chest. Come onto the top of your head, fish. And here again, you're moving that energy up from the throat into the third eye. Now we stayed in child's seat a long time when we started the class. So you stimulated the third eye. So Echo, if you're going to do that, you have to do this. So it's not just lifting your chest up, but you got to put your hand here and you got to actually do that. Okay? Then that gets her into it. Then press into the elbows, bring the chin into the chest, come down, bend your knees into your chest and roll over to the left and prepare for headstand. Salamba Sarvangasana, all supported head seat. If you want to use the wall, I don't mind, but don't jump and kick. You're in, you have control here. Reach the arms forward, interlace the hands together, make one fist with the hands. Place the top of the head on the floor behind the wrist crease, tuck the toes under, lift the knees up, walk the feet forward so the hips are over the shoulders. You can stay there with your feet on the ground. Your heart is above your head. You're allowing the heart to rule the mind. If you want to go further, you can bring your knees into your chest, lift your legs up into the air, coming into a headstand. But what you want, more so than what people don't realize is that in the headstand, it's nice to be able to bring your legs overhead, but you want your head on the ground. And you want your heart over. Okay, so bend your knee into your chest. No, not both of them, just one. Bend your knee into your chest, lift your foot up. Bend your knee into your chest, keep this leg straight. I don't care which one you do. Okay, now lift your hips. Don't lay on the wall. Don't lay on the wall. If you're not against the wall, don't lay on the wall where you're behind. Now, flex your feet. Stop. Straighten your legs. Notice how you're twisting your ankle. Flex your feet like you're standing on the ground. That's what you were doing in Paschimottanasana. You have to recognize that. Now, pull your ribs in and lengthen your tailbone toward your heels so you're not curvy. Use your quads here. Use your quads, get them to come in. Loosen this, move this in. Loosen this, activate this, and get the knees to kiss, inward rotation. Okay? Now push here and push up. Don't go backwards. I got it. Pull your ribs in. Pull your ribs in. Move your tailbone toward the pubic bone. Knees in together. Don't squeeze here. Inward rotation of the quads. Good for you. Gently come down. With control. With control. Mula Bandha is still engaged. Rest in child's seat. Then lift the torso up. Come lay down on your back with your head toward the windows, your feet toward the mirrored wall. So everybody's energy is moving in the same direction. So if you have to move your yoga mat, that's okay. Move your yoga mat. But we want everybody's energy moving in the same direction. So that means your head is toward the windows. Your feet are toward the mirrored wall. You're going to lay down on your back. You can put a blanket underneath your knees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer you a yoga nidra meditation. Okay, so shavasana and meditation are going to become one. So lay down on your back. And first, I want you to relax at the pelvic floor. Now let go of Mula Bandha, which you were supposed to keep the whole class. Allow the breath just to breathe the body. You don't have to breathe in any special way anymore, but then start to just scan your body. Scan it for like any vibration that you didn't feel when you came into the room. Maybe there's like a hum in your body. Or maybe there's like a little more electricity in your body from focusing on these chakras and doing the Mahabandhas so much. Now, I want you to bring your focus to the space at the base of your spine, and I want you to see a dull red dot that is the Muladhara chakra. And that dull red dot, as you think about it, I want you to send it energy, electricity, and I want you to make it light up like a Christmas tree light. Like now it's bright red. But think about your spinal column and think about that like as the cord that connects all of those Christmas tree lights. Allow the electricity to go up the spine to about 2 fingers below your belly button, and I want you to see a dull orange dot. That's the Swadhisthana chakra. And now I want you to send the electricity to there, and I want you to make it pop orange like a Christmas tree light. Then allow your awareness to go up your spine to the solar plex. It's about 2 or 3 inches below the notch of your sternum, right at the top of those muscles of your abdomen. On your spine though, and I want you to see a dull yellow dot. And I want you to drive that electricity up your spine to that dull yellow dot and then pop. Watch it turn on like a bright Christmas tree light of yellow. Now allow your conscious awareness to go up the spine to the center of your chest, the quote-unquote heart center. And I want you to see a dull green dot there on your spine. And then I want you to send the electricity up your spine to that dull green dot and then pop. Turn on a bright green light. Now allow your consciousness to drive the energy up to the base of the throat. And I want you to see a dull, pale blue light, but that has no electricity yet. And then you're going to send it the electricity. It's going to go pop, and it's going to turn on. It's going to be a bright, light blue light, like Caribbean blue, like the color of these walls almost. Now allow your consciousness to, from there, go all the way up past your spinal column now, but into your brain. And the Anjane chakra is actually in your brain near the pineal gland, but we talk about it being on the forehead. It's connected to the forehead because the eye of the third eye opens up in the forehead. But the chakra is in your brain, the center of your brain, in line with the eyebrows, the center of the eyebrows. So there, I want you to see a dull indigo blue, dark blue dot, and I want you to send that electricity up to that dot and then pop. Watch it turn on and it'll be a bright, true blue dot. Now allow that electrical cord to go all the way up to the top of your head, to the Sahasrara chakra. And here, I want you to imagine that all of those beams of light are coming through the central channel of your body. And if you've ever seen light go through a crystal, it divides the light like a rainbow. Well, think of this as in reverse of light going through a crystal. All of these rainbow colors are going back into the crystal, and they're shooting the light out of the crystal, and the light is pure white light. And that pure white light is coming out of the top of your head now like a flashlight. The aura is totally pure. And as you allow that white light to emanate from the crown of your head, say to yourself, laying here, say, I am Swayambakashit. Swayambakashit means self-illuminating. In other words, it doesn't need an electrical plug-in to light up. It's an enlightened being. The light emanates from within because it is light. You're a light being. And know that at any given time, you can get into this rocket ship that you call a body and tap into the subtle body. Not the bones, not the muscles, not the joints, not the tissue, but this energetic that is so subtle that you can only feel it. You can only sense it through vibration. It's the Shakti of your being. Shakti means energy. But it has to be activated through the breath. It has to be activated through intention. It has to be activated through mudras and mantras. It has to be activated through asanas, yamas and niyamas, ethical living. Bhakti, jnana, karma. Those three major yogas. And when you use all of these things together, like, because the kind of fuel needed to blast a rocket ship off to Mars is different from the kind of fuel you just put in your car. Won't work the same way. You need special fuel. You need special energy. When you put all of these things together and you manipulate that energy within yourself in the subtle body, then you can send this energy through the central channel of your body into the universe, into the world around you. And people are going to notice that energy. They're going to see you vibrate before their eyes. They're going to see the aura that you have, and they're going to say, "What are you doing?" You're going to say, "Yoga." But it's more than just a physical exercise class. It's a process of enlightenment, self-realization, of cosmic consciousness. I'm going to go, wow, I want some of that. How can I get me some of that? Well, you got to put effort into it. You got to practice every day. It has to be a sacred practice. But they'll be interested. They'll see it in you. They'll see that white light all around you. Don't let go of that white light. Gently start to deepen the breath. By means of the breath, make small movements with the fingers and toes. Stretch the arms overhead, stretching the arms and legs in opposite directions. Bring the knees into the chest, giving the knees a hug. Gently roll over to the right side. Press the left palm into the floor, lift up. Coming back into a seated position. Your seat of awareness, of consciousness. And close the eyes, inhale deeply. Exhale everything out. Inhale. Lokam samastam sukhino bhavantu loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly to meet the hands. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, the words, and the actions of my own life contribute in some small way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you, Echo, for teaching with me today. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I think it's supposed to be pretty hot, so get some fluids, enjoy the weather, but, don't overdo it in the sun. Be love and be vegan. And I will talk to you soon. And I should mention, in October we're doing a 300-hour teacher training. So if you want to do a teacher training, if you want to teach from that kind of a platform, they're not going to give it to you over at Dolly Dinkle.
Red Sox win in the nightcap. On IL after leaving yesterday's opener with a strained calf. Frustrating for the second baseman.
Really special, things around this time last year to it happened again too with my groin, so it is what it is, but I'm happy about it.
Guillaume courtesy of SNY to replace Guillaume, the Mets called up Danny Mendes. In golf, Brian Harman has a 5-shot lead over Cameron Young heading into today's final round of the Open Championship at Royal Liverpool. Erica Huskowitz, 1010 Sports on 92.3 FM.
Thank you, Erica. Wins news time 11:47. Russian airstrikes throughout Ukraine continue. At least 8 civilians killed Saturday. Meanwhile, Ukraine was able to blow up a Russian munitions depot.
The munitions depot is in Crimea, territory seized by Moscow from Ukraine in 2014. It appears to be a drone strike, with the Ukrainian military saying it destroyed an oil depot and Russian weapons warehouses. Russia says it took out some of the facilities where Ukraine readies its drones. A Russian Defense Ministry spokesman saying that they use sea-based long-range precision weapons. Ukrainian officials say Russia struck 11 regions in nighttime attacks, killing a number of civilians. That includes a married couple in